religious attempts to approach Yah may not be accepted even though they are sincere and very heartfelt. Hi, this is Barry Phillips, a 10-minute Torah, day number 3 of Acharei Mots, after the death, and Kedoshim, set-apart ones. Let's go to Leviticus, Vayikra, chapter 17, and begin reading with verse 1. Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron, to his sons, and to all the children of Israel, and say to them, This is the word which Yahweh has commanded, saying, Any man from the house of Israel who slays a bull or a lamb or a goat in the camp, or who slays it outside the camp, and does not bring it to the door of the tent of appointment to bring an offering to Yahweh before the dwelling place of Yahweh, blood guilt is reckoned to that man. He has shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people. In order that the children of Israel bring their slaughterings which they slaughter in the open field, and they shall bring them to Yahweh at the door of the tent of appointment to the priest, and slaughter them as slaughterings of peace offerings to Yahweh. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood on the slaughter place of Yahweh at the door of the tent, and it shall burn the fat for a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And let them no longer slaughter their slaughterings to demons, after whom they hoard. This is a law forever. That would include today. Forever for them throughout their generations. My grandparents, maybe your own, sang a song that says, Give me that old-time religion. Verses included, It was good enough for Paul and Silas. It was good enough for the children of Israel, etc. Old-time religion, what is that? Well, I don't really know that it was Torah-based, perhaps, but it was well-intentioned. It will take us all to heaven, they sang. So there's a lot to be desired maybe in old-time religion. Religion is man's effort to approach Yah according to his own desires and his best conceived plans. Yah has already laid out for us throughout the Torah, this is who I am, this is who you are, this is how we're going to relate together, and this is how you're to approach me, how you're to worship me, how you're to obey me, and the seasons in which I want to be approached in a certain path, in a certain way, manner. These are my priests. This is my house. God lays it all out for us. Man wants to do it pretty much his own way. With Yahs Plan, there is one tabernacle. There is one altar. There is one priesthood. There are one set of protocols and one true Elohim. Also to be included in that one list is one single Messiah. That's extremely important for us. When we develop freelance, backyard, private, personal agenda-based replacement altar, replacement priest, especially employing ourselves as our own priest, protocols and approaches to him, it's often sincere. It can be emotional. We can shed tears. We can have joy. We can laugh and dance. We can feel good. We can leave saying, that was a great gathering, a great service. The preaching sure was good. We can have a lot of affirming positive attributes that we could attribute to it. But it may not be acceptable. But I was sincere. I did it with all of my heart. Obedience, Yah says, is better than our sacrifice. Yah wants to be obeyed. The highest form of worship is not raising hands or dancing in a circle or even giving your tithe and your offerings. Your highest level of worship and acknowledgement of the sovereignty and the kingship of Yahweh our Elohim is obedience. Simply hearing and obey Him. That is foundational to our belief. So, when we create our own approaches, when we do things our preferred way, well, this makes me feel good. This is how I identify. This is the way I like to do it. What we end up with, intentionally or unintentionally, is a different Messiah. The protocols that Yah puts in His Word, the way He is to be worshiped, the way He is to be named, the way He is to be approached, all of these things are specific because they reveal a specific or the specific Messiah, Messiah Yeshua, Yeshua ben Elohim. When we have our own multiple approaches and our own multiple offerings and our ways of doing things, we're not seeking to please Him, we're justifying ourselves. Again, this is about how I think and what I feel. And thus we end up with not only a lot of denominations, each one claiming a special adherence to a favor of Yah, each one having their own sets of doctrines, their own agendas, their own structural understandings of how things should be organized. And then there's Israel. Israel can be found in a denomination. Israel can be found in a Hebraic roots study group or congregation or an individual studying on their own. Israel is not identified by the name over a door or a logo or an organization. Israel is a covenant body, a group of people, a select people who have chosen to read the Word and do it. Cover to cover, no excuses. What does it say to do? That's what we do. What does it say not to do? That's what we choose not to do. Why? Because we obey Him. Obviously, there are certain parts that cannot be obeyed because of laws of the land or missing temple or missing priesthood, etc. But everything that can be obeyed, we employ it and we try to do it to the best of our ability. And so Yah's not interested in our preferences, our customs, our traditions as much as He is, what does my Word say? So one would ask the question then, does Yah tolerate us when we're not doing it exactly right? His grace is given to us, certainly, in immeasurable amounts. Because even in our best efforts, I'm sure that we miss parts. I'm sure that we fall short. But with the intensity of our heart, with the focus of His Word, with the leading of His Spirit, we're seeking the genuine revelation of Messiah according to the Word. We do our best, and we are open to be taught. Now, there are two faults, I find, with these multiple approaches and efforts to come to Him. Number one is competition and one-upsmanship. By that I mean one group would feel that they are competing against another group, trying to present in such fashion that they draw the larger crowd. And therein is a problem. We have somehow become convinced in our westernized culture that large numbers of adherents and followers and congregants sitting inside a single building means success. That's not necessarily so. Large crowds gather for a lot of things, and not all of them are set apart. It fosters the idea that no one else matters other than those that believe as we do and do as we do. We're the in crowd, you're the out crowd, and well, we just know better. That's not the heart of Messiah. The second thing is unknowingly, maybe through ignorance and failing to follow the guidelines of the Torah, and all of our sincere efforts, we actually may end up deceiving ourselves, following deceiving spirits, maybe even demons. Demonic doctrines do not always come across as dark and foreboding. Sometimes they're shrouded in light. Be careful. Be exuberant. And worship Him with all your heart. And we'll see you again tomorrow. To this, shalom.